What's up? It's Brett Sullivan. We're live here 2020 and I'm very proud to be talking about some Kiesel guitars today. So I've been a Kiesel user since 2015 and we have the Aries that I started out with. We have the Type X, which is my latest build, and then we have an Osiris. Now there's many more models to choose from than this, but these are the models that I swear by. This is my personal hands-on experience with using them on stages of all sizes. Very important for you performing musicians and for my musical brothers and sisters out there who swear by an old guitar that you've never changed up to listen to my little review. Plugged into some Eventide pedals. I've got a DV Mark, a little 250M, which I'm just using as a clean channel, and then we're running that direct. I've also got a DV Mark multi-amp, so some of the effects and the trippy sounds that you hear will be going through that. I have this really unconventional style where I mute here and then I crossover technique. Called my violin tone. Some nice, clean, cool fusion sound effects from the Eventide pedals. Eventide H9. Kind of a jazzy sound. Here's the story behind the Osiris. Compared to some of the Kiesel models out there with all the freaky colors and shapes and neck inlays, pretty plain. Still pretty though, right? So this is what started it for me. 20-inch radius. This is a rosewood fretboard. This is a unfinished, well, satin finish, I should say, on the back of the neck bolt-on. When I got this guitar, I loved the high radius. 20-inch fretboard. Now, I also do recording sessions where I go in a session, it's kind of like taking a knife to a gunfight. You've got guys and girls with Les Pauls, they got Tellys, they got Strats, they're recording. Look, I'm not going to argue with the Telly, Les Paul, or Strat. Famous sounds that have been recordings for decades. Yet I go in there and throw down, and we're doing blues, we're doing chicken picking, we're doing Latin, we're doing funk, we're doing R&B, and I've got this guitar right there with me. And it fits right in the mix with all those beautiful classic guitars. Comes to the out-of-phase sounds, there's something about the wood combinations here. Maybe it's the unfinished wood, the neck, maybe it's the rosewood. This is all their body. My Type X is in all their body. But anyway, the out-of-phase sounds that I get on here are a little more convincing, along with your volume settings, how much snap you're going to get. Middle. For the friends of mine and people who have been asking about this guitar, the size of this guitar, the old Type X had the headstock and it was, by Jeff Kiesel standards, bigger, and then they carved a little bit off it and made the body a little smaller. So let's measure this. Straight across, roughly 8 inches, and then we're talking from tip to tip, 20 inches. You really can't get a feel of the size of this till you see it and feel it on your shoulders. When it comes to headless guitars, there is an adjustment curve. You're playing a headless guitar like this, and this is more of a classic shape from like the Steinberger days. You're gonna have to do some adjusting when it comes to playing. You got a heavy guitar that you strap on your shoulders and it fights back a little. You're gonna be used to that playing style because of the weight of the guitar. In this case, I love these guitars for what I do because they're so light, yet lithe, and they fight back with just the perfect weight. The reason I went with this one is you saw the Osiris. The headless Osiris is a beautiful guitar. It's something that I use on my fusion and my blues and my jazz stuff because it's not screaming, hey, rocker, metal guy, right? But at the same time, I always wanted to play that guitar in my metal and rock gigs because it felt so good and sounded so good in all styles of music. So thus came the X. You thought I was going to ignore this one here, huh? Friends of mine that haven't purchased Kiesels yet, should you purchase the Type X? Should you purchase the Osiris? Or should you just go with more of the shred traditional shape? Now this guitar has been through a lot. I bought it literally before a big high-profile gig with Lita Ford and Kip Winger, literally days before. Got the guitar, tuned it, went on stage, always from that moment has been a go-to guitar for me. And surprisingly enough, all the stuff that I put on it, stickers and the fine tuners here and whatever, it's kept up with all my other guitars. I've also got it tuned down to E flat. Now I will admit, when I'm doing some of my shows and I'm doing a tribute show typically has sometimes up to 2 hours, maybe more, maybe less. So 90-minute show being the shortest, 2 hours, and sometimes 3 or 4 sets, which is a little ridiculous, but I go to this guitar because it's got the locking tuner system and I don't have to worry so much about tuning. And we're going crazy up there. I mean, we're doing So if I were you and you just want to get right into that, the Aries is the model for you. You're going to get the 5-way switch. You're going to get all the good tones on there. Let's do a couple of clean tones. Need to clean that up a little bit there, huh? Guys and girls, all that is a little bit of cleaner spray in there, some WD-40 or whatever. So the bottom line is here is Kiesel is very consistent, is it not? But I want you to remember at the beginning of the video, I announced that I had a lot of experience playing these particular guitars. I've also run into other fellow Kiesel users and I asked them, what's your favorite guitars? Aries, Osiris, Osiris, Aries. So I encourage you to look at their website, look at all the models. What I was alluding to for you, those of you who have been thinking about ordering and building a guitar, but haven't come to the decision yet, it's very tough because you look at the colors, you look at the options, it's hard to make a decision. The way the Kiesels are priced, they're priced so that if you've got that expense, and it's always a dilemma buying one, you're going to end up with two. You're probably going to end up with an Aries, and you're going to end up with one of the headless guitars. So Aries, either the Type X, the Osiris we were talking about earlier, and you're good to go. Now the Osiris is more of a travel size guitar. It comes in a travel size case. This still is, to me, a travel guitar, but it comes in the standard Kiesel gig bag. So I would probably grab this one. You got the rock audience satisfied. Hit subscribe if you can. If you can't, just give me a wave and a smile through your camera wherever you are in cyberspace. Still love you. Brev Sullivan out.
Thank you.